Hey man, check that out. Is that a rabbit astronaut? Looks expensive.
Late tonight, my heart is on fire, and I can't help thinking of you. Late tonight, the suit is getting higher, and I can't help wanting you. My desire keeps growing up, and it's getting up.
If you are considering to buy a M1 MacBook, then this video might be helpful. I have been using Mac's laptops for 7 or 8 years, from 13-inch Air to 12-inch MacBook to 15-inch Mac Pro and then M1 Air. It was clear that MacBook Air is for lightweight, for office usage, and Pro is for performance. But when Apple launched the M1 chip, the difference between Pro and Air became vague. And although they are saying, okay, the M1 Air is even better than the last version Pro, but I don't see the necessity to change from my Pro to Air until last few weeks I dropped entire glass of water onto the Pro's keyboard and I have to use a new Mac. Then I bought the M1 Bear. And I've been using it almost 4 weeks and about 10 hours per day. By using it, let me show you. And yep, I'm definitely a multitask user. I'm editing video, watch videos, and for software I use Safari, Google Chrome, yep, 2 different software so I can log different accounts at the same website. And also for chat software like WeChat, QQ, Ali11, Skype, a lot of stuff all open at the same time and still the machine can handle it. The only problem is, it's not a computer problem. Like, see, it's like this, right? It was like this, right? If I drag it to here, it will be clearly, it's much larger than it should be. But I think it's because different resolution. You cannot blame it for that, right? And from my almost 4 weeks experience with this cheapest M1 Air, I feel it can basically cover all what my previous Pro can do. Remember, this is just less than 1000 Air. My previous 15 Pro cost almost 3000. I'm not saying the Air is better, but from what I'm using, like the multitasking, the connected with external, and also the video editing. For video editing, I'm not talking about like you put some clip and then you export it, you just do video cut. I also do masking, rendering, green screen, and I didn't see the problem. Right now I didn't see the problem. And to be honest, those software like Safari or those application developed by Apple, when you click it, it does open faster than the Pro. And also about the gigabyte, because the cheapest has 8 gigabyte and the updated have 16. My Pro is use 16 gigabyte. But to be honest, I didn't see that difference too. But I think maybe when you use multiple applications, that will affect. But to be honest, I'm using that much application, and when you are editing video, it's also no problem to chat to check some video. I didn't see problem with that too. I think it definitely was a surprise, but compared to Windows, okay, if you are not particularly the fan or you have the usage of iOS, actually I think Windows laptop is better, because like HP's 15-inch laptop with maybe 1 TB is just cost $500, while the cheapest Air, it only has 256 gigabyte. It already costs almost $1,000. But just in case if you are considering buying the 15, right now they only have 16-inch MacBook, well, here is the video you need to check. Don't ask me why every time I just bring the Air, because here's the 15-inch Pro. And obviously, it's not feel safe to lift it with one hand. But this is not a major difference. Okay, so this is a 13-inch, this is a 15-inch. Right now they have 16-inch, which will definitely be larger. The difference seems not too large, except check this out. This is a charger, right? This is a charger. And Here's the charger for the Pro. Come on, man. See the difference? But to be honest, I'm okay to carry the charger. You have larger charger, you might have better performance, right? So this is SD from Samsung. One TV cost almost 1,000 Chinese yuan with the case. The reason I buy this one is its speed is even faster than Mac itself SSD, and also the price is much cheaper compared to upgrade this Mac, and you can share it with other Mac. So Touch ID, and to be honest, I think Touch ID is perfect. If you find how to use it, it's really awesome for different software. While for the Air, it also has Touch ID. Someone might like this kind of button, but for me, it's just not efficient. But anyway, if you buy 30-inch Pro, $300 US difference, and you got the touch bar. And Air has smaller speakers. This one is larger, and even I don't care about the quality. This speaker is definitely better. But to be honest, how many times you can play in the open area? I just use earphone. The other thing I don't want to talk about is about 30-inch Pro and Air. They all only have 2 ports, the left side. You might say, yeah, 2 ports is enough because eventually you will need a USB hub. I totally agree with that. But if you have used the Pro, you know it has port left and port to right. It's very easy for you to decide where to connect. But so you need to consider the price difference. And actually, the only thing I cared about is this touchpad. And give me a few extra time and I will show you. So here you have it. The inside is 30-inch Air, like this way, and this one is 15-inch Pro. See the difference? And now they only have 16-inch, so which will be larger. And if you are a long-time Mac laptop user, you will definitely understand the touch bar is almost perfect, especially when you zoom in, zoom out, you move left, right. Larger area means better performance. But yeah, 30-inch Pro is a little bit larger, but it's definitely not able to compare with 15 or 16 inch. But of course, the price is totally different. And another thing I didn't talk about is because of the size. So actually, when I type here, it's actually my hand will touch this side, and sometimes it's not comfortable. While for the 15-inch or 16-inch, it's definitely much comfortable. After the blah blah complicated video, what is my recommendation? Where, you know, for the M1 laptop, they only launched 30-inch Air and Pro. The price difference is $300 for the base model. Where if you have never used the touch bar and you think a touch bar with some kind of help, well, you can go with the Pro, because after all, Pro has one more GPU. Although I'm not using it, I didn't find anywhere it needed, but still you have it, and you have extra fun. I mean, if needed, definitely having a fun will improve the performance instead of having no fun. And about 8GB or 16GB, to be honest, I didn't see the necessary for a 30-inch Pro to have a 16-inch GB. And about storage, and to be honest, after I know there is a fast SSD card, I would recommend to go with 265GB and spend the extra money on a SSD driver. And in previous part I mentioned I'm using 15-inch and I love the touchpad, the large area, the large screen thing, right? Now they only have 16-inch Pro, and to be honest, I believe the reason the new 16-inch Pro is not using M1 is because either it is not good enough, so they cannot put on a 16-inch MacBook, or it is too good because 16-inch is using M1, both Air and Pro. If you are using it on the 16-inch Mac, there will be no difference. It will not justify the almost what's the price difference. And if we are talking about brand new 15-inch or 16-inch, actually I don't recommend it too much because price is too high, especially you go to the highest solution. And be honest, if the money matters and you don't want a super huge size, what I recommend is you can go with a 30-inch Pro and spend the extra money to buy a Windows desktop computer. Definitely much better than just buy an expensive 16-inch Pro. Or you can also buy a 30-inch Air or Pro and then buy external monitor, external keyboard, things like that. That will also be much cheaper than buy a 16-inch Pro, and when you leave you can just bring it with you. You can leave the monitor and the keyboard things at home, so I think that makes more sense. But if you just want to stick with the Mac and you don't want to have complicated setup like different computer, different extra parts, and you have the money to spend, and definitely go with the 16-inch Pro or the 15-inch Pro, which you can buy the second hand, and the price is much more reasonable. And that's it for me. I hope this video helps you, because I checked a lot of video before I wanted to buy M1. They only say, okay, it's perfect to add a video and blah blah, but they actually didn't use it every day. I mean, at least I cannot see that. They are not doing multitask. They are not connected to an external monitor, but from my experience, that is totally enough for the cheapest M1 Air. So I hope this is helpful for you, and see you next time. If you have any question, leave comment below. Bye bye.